In this station, we're going to be graphing 3x plus 2y equals 9. One of the first things that you might notice is that this y coordinate is not by itself. It's actually on the same side as the x. So if you look at it, you might recognize this as standard form, which standard form is just ax plus by equals c, which is one of the main forms of a line. Again, it's called standard form. So the best way to graph a line in standard form is actually one of the easiest ways to graph any line, and that's by using your intercepts. So what I mean by that is here we have, an a value of 3, a b value of 2, and a c value of 9. Well, we can get two really easy coordinates from this format of an equation, and then all you need to graph a line is just connect the two coordinates that you've drawn. So an easy way to get these points is just if you plugged in 0 for x, and then it keeps the math pretty simple, and then you plugged in 0 for y, and it keeps the math pretty simple. You'd have to do those separately so that you don't wipe out both variables at the same time, but that can get you your answer. So if we just looked at x and said, okay, we're going to plug in 0 for x. So what I'm going to do is plug in 0 for x, and I'm going to solve this equation. So 3 times 0 right here is 0. So that one kind of gets wiped out that way. So I'm just going to be left with 2y equals 9. And in order to get y by itself, I just divide by 2 on both sides. And I get y equals 9 over 2, or 9 halves, which is the same thing as 4.5, right? So 4.5. So if I think about what coordinate that means, it means I plugged in 0, and I got a y value of 4.5. So 0, comma, 4.5. And I can plot that right on my graph. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4.5 is right there. Now I can get the other intercept, which is on the y-axis. So anywhere on this axis, y is equal to 0. So I would do the same thing as here, but now I'd plug in a 0 for y. And what that would give me would be 3x plus 2 times 0 equals that same 9. And what I can do now is 2 times 0, which is right here, is going to be 0 again. So these are going to cancel out or wipe out. So I'm going to get 3x is equal to 9. And then I'm going to divide by 3, just like I did before. So that these cancel, and I get x equals 9 over 3, which is the same thing as 3. So if I think about what I did here, I get x value is equal to 3, which is the first coordinate, and I got 0 for y, because that's what I plugged in for y. So that coordinate is 3, 0. So I can go to my graph and just say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 0. And there you go. You have both intercepts, your y-intercept and your x-intercept. So all that you need for a line is simply to connect these points, and then of course make sure that you include your arrows as these lines go on and on through infinity. And that's it.